The Southwest fishing industry has been going through some tough times, but tonight David Stafford has a story of hope thanks to the trendy new world of sushi.
The start of another day at one of Brighton's most successful restaurants. Head chef Donna opens the box containing every sushi bar's vital ingredient: fish.
All fresh crab meat and the brown crab meat. It's really fresh.
It's a lucky dip. Donna never knows exactly what kind of fish she's gonna get. Less than 24 hours ago, these fish were swimming in the sea off Cornwall. The story of how they got to end up in a sushi bar at the other end of the country provides much food for thought.
So this is one of my favorite to do nigiri and sashimi. It's really nice meat, very white.
Who would have thought eating raw fish would catch on in Britain?
It's very white meat and it's really good for the sushi.
And that's what sushi's all about. And because the fish is eaten raw, it has to be as fresh as possible. And as if that wasn't already a tough enough call, Moshi Moshi boss Caroline Bennett has eco-friendly principles and wanted to know where her fish were coming from.
Unlike in farming in vegetables or in cattle, you can't trace back to where the fish was caught, and that was the main problem. So we just didn't know. So sometimes it got so bad that you didn't even know whether your sea bass was farmed or wild. We had a pretty good idea from the price and from the way it looked, but you couldn't be 100% sure in many cases.
Industrial-style techniques catch most of our fish. Tons of undersized fish and less popular species are thrown back into the sea, dead. These boats are at sea for days at a time, so they weren't able to give Caroline the fresh fish she was looking for. And then, by chance, on a bus halfway across Europe, she met the fisherman of her dreams. It was a perfect match. Chris Bean and his family are pioneering a method of fishing which they believe, although not technologically advanced, is the shape of things to come.
There's a public awareness now on good food. You know, it started off with organic food perhaps, and it's now gone into fish, it's gone into sustainability, it's become a buzzword. Knowing where fish has been sourced and how it's been caught is also now interesting to the public.
Chris throws nothing back unless it's undersized. And because it's fresh caught, it's usually still alive. But his principles gave him a problem. What to do with all those less popular types of fish? Caroline was prepared to take the fish other buyers wouldn't touch. Some of Chris's catch ends up on Newley Market, but much of it he distributes himself, providing work for the rest of the family. Within 24 hours, these fish will be on the table in Caroline's restaurants. So, Caroline found her ideal partner. But how can she be sure he's as good as his word? There's only one way to find out.
Lots of people have great stories, and having spoken to Chris and having met him in the environment I met him, then I have no reason to doubt him. But I think it's always a good idea to just see that you're coming from the same viewpoint. So yeah, I just want to sort of see that the discards and that sort of thing. He says he doesn't discard fish, whether or not he's actually keeping what he says he is, so keeping his entire catch, and whether or not we can actually use some of these underutilised species.
hour before dawn, the Lady Hamilton leaves her mooring on the Helford River, bound for the open sea, with 5 tired Moshi Moshi inspectors on board. Chris and daughter Lorna are after different fish at different spots or marks. But fishing's a hit and miss affair. Here he wants Dover sole, but he's landing mostly spider crabs. Being Chris, he's not about to throw them back.
Yeah, you've got 1, 2, 3 spiders coming over at once. Nearly 2 kilos. That's, well, say 5 kilos. You know, just over a quid. So you've got 6 or 7 quid, and it's right there. You know, and so you've got, you know, the living is there if you're prepared to sit down and pick them out.
It's a painstaking job getting live crabs out of a fishing net. The Moshi Moshi crew lend a hand. Well, they have a go. As the day unfolds, Chris tries his other marks. The colourful variety Caroline and Donna usually see coming out of a box are hauled into the boat. Chris shows them what their restaurants can expect tomorrow.
That's the red mullet that we usually send out, and that is about the normal size. Okay. And then we got red gurnard. Red gurnard.
He looks prettier alive than he does
Isn't
dead.
that nice?
Very pretty.
That's stiff.
That's sure stiff.
Look at the eyes, bright.
Yeah, they tend to intimidate people.
Yeah. And then we got the relative of the red gurnard, which is the tub gurnard. It's this one, which has got soft rays on the front, soft barbels. Alright. Then we've got wrasse. Now this is a cuckoo wrasse. It's a male cuckoo wrasse, and that's, well, it's more or less full size. And these are very common.
The wrasse, above all others, symbolises the success of this East-West partnership. It's no good as cooked fish, but ideal for sashimi, fish eaten raw. There's only one fish Chris hasn't yet sent to Caroline, the poor old dogfish. There's loads of them, and Chris can only use them for bait. So, does he pass Caroline's echo test?
He didn't throw anything over the side except for the stuff that was undersized. I kind of imagine things to be automated. You don't expect things to be so primitive.
It looks like this is one relationship that might go the distance, but there's still one little niggle.
The dogfish, just everywhere. And we can't use those yet. We've never been successful trying to cook with them, but we've got to try and find something to do with them because there are just so many of them.
Another day, another box of fish, but this time there's a surprise.
Oh, dogfish. Oh, it looks nice meat. It's really white.
Donna works her magic and in no time has a range of dogfish options on offer. And if this customer's reaction is anything to go by...
And cooked to perfection. Absolutely wonderful.
The humble dogfish's dog days may soon be over.
And that's just about it from tonight's programme. Next Friday, David Stafford retraces that magical mystery tour. The incredible story of the enslaved musician who found freedom in Cornwall. And the Southwest asbestos victims still waiting for justice. All to come next week. See you then.